What do women do when they're alone? That might surprise men. They open jars. Well, guys, that's it. We're no longer needed. When I was little, my aunt once opened a jar of pickles right in front of me and cheerfully said, "That's why I'm not married. I can open jars myself. I don't need a husband." She's still single to this day. An absolute icon. At home, I usually don't wear a bra. I just walk around in a big t-shirt that I tuck up under my chest. We shave the hair on our toes and pluck the little hairs on our chin. We also braid the hair on our nipples for no reason and randomly touch our boobs. Sometimes we use them like stress balls. Lol, when I'm looking for something, I hold my boobs like they might somehow help me find it. Many of us shave our faces. The reasons vary. PCOS, peach fuzz, hormonal hair growth, genetics. I don't shave, but I keep getting these random weird hairs that I have to secretly pluck out. My husband and I share almost everything and don't really hide much from each other. But I'd still rather he didn't see me pulling out a 2-centimeter hair that suddenly decided to grow on my chest. My brother once caught me plucking my mustache. He was so shocked. I'll never forget the first time I saw my mom bleaching her own mustache. My little brother and I talked about it for ages afterward. And now that I'm a mom myself, I just get waxed so I don't have to bother with all that. We also have to adjust our underwear, meaning it gets stuck between our buttocks. We just do it sneakily when no one is looking. We scratch our groin just for the hell of it, for example, while watching TV. Not in an intimate sense, but when it really itches. Sometimes I can wear the same bra for a week straight. Honestly, who cares how it smells? It's not something outright strange, but it's a very specific thing. I fill up a warm bath, grab a bowl of cottage cheese, squeeze in some lime, add salt and a bag of spicy chits or Doritos, set up my laptop and watch creepy videos from police body cams or something equally fascinating and creepy. I can sit like this for hours in the tub, trimming my nails, inspecting my pores, but it always starts the same way. Cottage cheese, chips, and crime. I'm dating a guy who hasn't seen me like this yet. In 2 weeks, we're moving into our first home together. Wish me luck. My husband wasn't ready for how often he'd accidentally catch me walking around the house with a silly gait, dancing ridiculously, and singing loudly. I argue with imaginary people in the shower and win the argument. And even there, I don't really win, I just frustrate myself. I often hold my boobs just for comfort. Sometimes at night, when I turn over, they smack me in the face. But I have big boobs, so I guess not everyone experiences that. Sometimes I just sit in silence. I come home, don't turn on the TV or music, and spend the whole evening like that. Sometimes I drive with no sound, just listening to the world breathe. I just need it to be quiet. I'm reading this message right now, sitting at home in complete peace, and realizing sometimes silence is worth more than any money. When I'm alone, I become someone else. No masks, no control, acting like some goofy college guy from a movie, doing whatever I want, laughing, moving, living without filters. But as soon as my family comes back home, I pull myself together and go back to being normal. We pass toilet paper to strangers in the next stall when they run out. My husband was shocked when he found out about that. When I'm home, I basically live in my bed. Yes, I have a couch and other rooms. Do I use them? Almost never. My bed has literally become its own ecosystem. Snacks, laptop, remote, piles of laundry, and the occasional existential crisis. Couches, they're just decorative at this point. When no one's around, we fart loudly and laugh about it. And I know my friends do the same thing. We also walk around the house naked or half naked, stand in front of the fridge, and just eat whatever's there. And we talk about hookups with our closest friends in the most brutally honest detail possible. I think people have one misconception. Men do joke more about but their stories are less detailed. After the first time with a new partner, men, "How was it?" "Well, she's hot. We had a great time. That was fun. You're such a Casanova." "Right, what did we even talk about?" Women, however, How did it go? Well, I'll describe every tiny detail of his body, his gestures, his facial expressions. And then the conversation from the other woman turns into an endless list of questions about every little thing the first one hadn't even finished telling yet. When we're alone, we act almost the same way men do, because we don't have to perform femininity anymore. Most of our behavior is shaped by social conditioning, not something innate. Women wear a mask all day. So yeah, we're just as primitive as you guys. We simply exist as full human beings with rich inner lives, touch ourselves a lot, and often give ourselves little pep talks. Personally, I even have full-on conversations with myself, but that's just my thing. You guys rip your hair out and shove it down the shower drain, right? Because there's no other way to explain why every time after my wife showers, it looks like someone shaved a goat in there. We walk around naked way more often than you think. Just because it's comfortable, no hidden meaning behind it. We look at guys in the gym and think, yeah, I totally do him. We drag heavy, awkward stuff around the house all by ourselves, between rooms, up and down the stairs. I've lost count of how many times I've come home to find my wife has completely rearranged the furniture or moved shelves while no one was watching. She's only about 50 kilos, but somehow moves couches like they're made of air. When I'm the one taking care of the house, my partner somehow believes that for over a year, the soap dispenser has magically never needed refilling, even though the bottle under the sink keeps mysteriously getting emptier and emptier. When I'm lying down, my hand is there. If he lifted the blanket, he'd catch me with my hand there. I just calmly hold it there without even realizing it. The thing with jars is absolutely true. It's like we have a secret superpower. And honestly, the moment I walk through the door, my bra immediately comes off, replaced by an oversized t-shirt. It's a whole other level of comfort that men just can't understand. A lot of men online somehow think that women don't have hobbies, probably because many guys have dated or knew someone who dated girls who didn't have obvious interests and would instantly and obsessively adopt all of their boyfriend's hobbies. And when they broke up and she started seeing someone new, she would immediately drop the old hobbies and pick up new ones that matched the interests of her current boyfriend. Of course, this isn't true for most women, but almost every guy has experienced this at least once. I narrate my life in my head as if it's a Netflix series. LL, I genuinely enjoy my time alone, like a single woman. Many men don't understand or don't believe when I say I'm happy. They usually try to convince me that I'm actually sad or waiting for something. The thought of living with a man and sharing a bedroom terrifies me. I just couldn't give up my personal time and independence for a relationship. My life is far too cozy. I play with my little balls, walk around the house naked just because I can, and go to the bathroom with the door open. I watch everything related to Formula One. Men often say they just want peace and quiet. When my boyfriend isn't home, I simply walk around the house, calmly get things done, and enjoy the silence. He's wonderful, but I love my alone time. We sing at the top of our lungs, and those whose voices aren't great at all totally understand why it's awful when someone suddenly catches you. If a man finds out that we can change our appearance, they'll immediately tattle to the church. I like sometimes holding my own butt. I'm straight, but there's something attractive about a woman's rounded backside. We walk around the house without pants. Many women prefer to just wear a t-shirt. I do the same. Often, when I'm alone, which is almost every day, I don't think about men at all. I think many men would be surprised. I believe it would really surprise a lot of men, but not for the reason women usually think. Heterosexual men are constantly fixated on women. It's hard for them to imagine that someone might not spend nearly all their free time trying to look more attractive to the opposite sex or worrying about their own unattractiveness. At the same time, many guys don't understand someone else's perspective at all and can't even imagine what women actually like. Yet the desire to know still persists. We only shave when it's really necessary. I shave my legs, armpits, and toes only in the summer. I swim in swim shorts so I don't have to shave my pubic area. I only shave there at all when I'm in a relationship. It's a ridiculous mark and the dumbest social construct. The good news is that even in a relationship, it's not necessary to shave or trim your timid hair. Many partners don't mind at all if you have a 70s style bush, and some even prefer it. Of course, I have no problem with those who like shaved or trimmed meow. I'm happy for them. But it annoys me when someone feels obligated to do it against their will. Honestly, sometimes we just burst into tears for no reason, just because of hormones that can go haywire at any moment. Sometimes I read the dirtiest erotica you can imagine, and sometimes I cry because I feel lonely and unloved. My boyfriend always laughs at me because I waste energy on things that don't bring me any benefit. For example, I've learned to wiggle only my pinky toe. I can also give the middle finger with my toe. At the same time, I can't wink or raise one eyebrow. But I can take off my shoe and show you the middle finger with my toe. In the trade, there's a lot of talk about breasts, and I know many women feel self-conscious about theirs. So here's a little secret for those with breasts. A man's favorite breasts are the ones he's allowed to see and touch. All other factors pale in comparison. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below the video, write what women do when they're alone that might surprise men. And don't forget to check out our other videos. Hugs. Bye.